Hello everyone. We are discussing balancing. So up till now we have seen some of the different cases under balancing when masses are in different conditions. Sometimes initially we started with single mass system, how to balance. Then we saw there are multiple masses rotating in same plane, how to balance them. Then we saw how to balance masses in different planes by putting the balanced masses in different planes. So those were the three different topics we saw. We have also seen some of the problems, although the problems were not solved by numerical values, but we have seen the methodology of solving problems in first three cases. Now today we will see one more case, one more type in the case of balancing, that is to find the reactions at supports. You can write down, this is point D you can say. Earlier we have discussed A, B, C and C1. Now this is D. To find reactions at supports in case of unbalanced mass system. To find reactions at supports in case of unbalanced mass system. Now see what this says. Here it says that there is a system which is unbalanced. That means there is a shaft, there are masses, and these masses are such that they are not yet balanced. They are not balanced, unbalanced. And when they are not balanced, what is happening? That is what we are trying to see. What is happening in such cases, that because of these unbalanced masses, the support has got certain reactions. Because ultimately the masses are to be balanced because the whole system is in equilibrium. Although the masses are not balanced, considering the supports, the shaft is not going here and there. Although we say that there is unbalanced force acting on the shaft, but still the shaft is in one position. That means the support where the shaft is held. So that support is providing the reaction so that it is kept in equilibrium condition. So in a way it is balanced, but not by balancing the masses, by putting the masses. So the reactions are support exist. Now when the masses are balanced by putting the balanced masses, that time there will not be any reactions at the supports. So support will be free of any reactions because of the unbalanced masses. There could be reactions because of the self-weight etc. But because of the unbalanced centrifugal force, there will not be any reactions if they are balanced. Now here we are saying, if they are not balanced, in that situation what are the reactions at the support? So that is the type of problem which we are now going to see. So let's take a example like this, where there is a shaft like this, and there is a support at A and B, and A and B, the shaft is supported. It is rotating, of course, with certain angular velocity omega. And then there are certain masses. Let's say there is one mass here M1 at a distance R1, there is another mass here M2 at a distance R2, maybe third mass here M3 at a distance R3, and in the side view it looks like this. So given M1, M2, M3, then R1, R2, R3. Whatever distances you require, all the distances are given. The radius and the mass of all the three cases, they are given. And now we are asked, that means to find reaction at A and a reaction at B. So this is given and this is you have to find out. So at A and at B, what are the reactions? That means you can think of something like this. Here there is reaction A and here there is reaction B, which you have to find out. Now remember, these reactions, although I am showing it like this, Here in the side view, you will be able to see whenever you find out after the problem is over and when you find out the reactions, those reactions will be in certain angles. They are not like this exactly vertical and all this. See the way they are shown here in this view, it appears that all the things are in one plane. But they are not in one plane. As you can see, these three masses themselves are not in one plane. So likewise, this RA and RB also are not going to be in the same plane. This is just a representation that there are reactions and we are asked to find them out what they are. So let us see how this is done, and we do it by way of making a table just like last time. So let us make the table like this. So we start saying that there is a case like mass, or you can say reaction or force. Then you can say radius, distance, see what we have written here is, we are going to write here masses, say like M1, M2, M3, R1, R2, R3. Then the distances we are going to write here. And here we are going to multiply M and R. So M1, R1 we are writing here. And then M, R into D we are writing here. Let's see how it is written. So I'll write here M1, M2, M3, R1, R2, R3. Now distance, suppose what we do is, now for fixing the distance, see how we are going to solve this problem. We are making assumption about a reference plane. So for example, let us decide that a plane passing from reaction A or from bearing A is our reference plane. So this is reference plane. Now once this is reference plane, then we are now going to measure the distances, saying that this is D1, from here to here it is D3, from here to here it is D2, and then from here to here the distance is D for B. So there are different distances we have marked. So M1 is at a distance D1, M2 is at a distance D2, M3 is at a distance D3. Okay, up till now it is straightforward. You are just measuring the values that are given in the form of the data. Now this column is talking about mass. It can also be used for writing the force, which is a reaction force. So we write here RA and RB. Reaction at support A and B, which we want to find out, that is also written in the first column. Now distance of RA from the reference plane will be 0. Radius is not applicable, so just a dash. RA distance from reference plane is 0. RB's distance from reference plane is DB. Now in this table, we are knowing this. These many things we know, and we are asked to find out these things. So this is the initial stage. We start like this. Now see what we do. We are going to write here M into R. So M1 R1 value is known. This is both are numerical numbers. So this you can find out. M2 R2 you can find out. M3 R3 you can work out and find out. Now MRD, M1 R1 D1, M2 R2 D2, M3 R3 D3. So these values you can find out. Now at this stage, just one information. Suppose the Suppose this mass M1 is on this side. That means suppose the shaft is extended here and if the mass is here, M1 is here, then the distance d1 is here, but in that case the distance d1 will have to make it minus because there it is on the opposite side of the bearing. So in that case d1 will be minus, here also it will come minus. And when you take the vector, that also vector you have to take opposite of what is present here. Okay, now coming up to this much. Now what we write here is reaction, we are written M1 into R1, but in case of force what we are going to write here? See, F upon omega square, because you know M R omega square is equal to F. So M into R is F upon omega square. So F is force, so in this case reaction is a force. So here we are going to write RA upon omega square. And here we are going to write RB upon omega square. Here we write RA, now D is 0, so this will be, MRD will be 0. And for this RB, DB upon omega square. So either you write MRD or you write couple. Couple means force into distance upon omega square, which is not known. This is not known because RB is not known. Although DB is known, omega is known, still RB is not known. In fact, omega is known, so I have to write here omega, which is given. Omega is given. So how do we go about further? We have written up to this much. And what is now going to happen is, we are now going to find out the values RA and RB, for which let us have a look at this column. Now as we have seen already earlier, that the system will be in the balanced condition because it is not going here and there. Although there is no unbalanced mass, but the reaction forces and the forces that are caused by these masses, all these things together, they are in equilibrium in the sense that the shaft is not going here and there, it is still here in the same place. So everything is balanced. So if you try to add the vectors corresponding to the forces and couples, then that polygon should be a closed polygon. So right now, here you are writing all the values of MRD, which is similar to couple. So these vectors should form a closed polygon. So that means if you try to represent this vector plus this vector plus this vector plus this vector, then it should be a closed figure. So what do we do now? We start with couple polygon. So fix some scale, and with that scale let us try to draw the couple polygon here. So how do we draw it? Let us find out M1, R1, D1. You have got the magnitude. Now where that force will be, this couple will be, we are assuming that it is in this direction. Last time we have seen when we have resolved the forces in reference plane. So that time we saw that in fact couple vector is 90 degrees in this direction according to right-hand rule, but then for the convenience we are making it back to the force direction. So couple vector will be shown in the same direction like mass. So we start from say here, and we show a vector at an angle of theta 1, which is M1 R1 D1. So this first vector is shown in this angle by this magnitude. Then the second vector making angle theta 2 like this, and the third vector like this. I can draw for third vector also early. So I will draw now third vector like this. M3 R3 D3. The third vector is drawn like this. Now the second vector. For second vector, this is the direction. So make the angle, and somewhere here I am drawing the second vector. So we reach here. Now after reaching here, after drawing all the third three vectors, the fourth vector is supposed to be this vector. So we do that. I am drawing it somewhere here. So this vector is going to close the polygon. So I'll draw this vector maybe something like this. This is the RBTB upon omega square vector, which has closed the polygon. So now 1, 2, 3, 4, these four vectors 1, 2, 3, 4, they have closed the polygon. Now having done this, what we do is, this is, we are drawn without magnitude. That means the length is there, but we don't know the individual values. So now what we do, we equate this with this length and try to find out the value. So since this answer is known, you can find RB equal to how much. So we got the force. RB force which we wanted to know, we have calculated by making use of couple polygon. The closing vector was this, which has given us RB. Now having done this, this value RB is known now, so that now this also is known. So you can now say that this is now known. Earlier this was known, this was known. Now this is known. That means now suppose we make an attempt to draw the force polygon, then 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 vectors should form closed polygon. Out of that 1, 2, 3 and 4 vectors are known. So if you draw the polygon for this with the 4 vectors, and if you try to close the polygon with this vector, then this vector will be known to you by its magnitude length in the polygon, just like this, and that will give you RA, which is what we wanted. That is the next step. So now we draw a force polygon. First we are on couple polygon, now we will draw force polygon. So I will make use of this part of the board. So I am going to erase this and draw the force polygon over here. So please make a note of all this. Once you make a note of all this, then I can draw it here. Okay, so now we draw the couple polygon using these values over here. Or rather force polygon, not couple polygon, force polygon. Set a scale, decide some scale based on the values here. And now we are going to represent these vectors. So the first vector M1 R1 according to this. M1 R1. Then next is theta, I'll draw 3 again. M3 R3. Then M2 R2. And then we are going to show this vector parallel to this line. So somewhere here, making the angle, which is, let's say, this angle is for theta B. So this RB upon omega square vector we are drawn making this theta B angle. Now the closing polygon, that means if you try to close the polygon, then this will be the vector which is at certain angle theta A, and this is the vector what we are looking for, RA upon omega square. So we are drawn four vectors 1, 2, 3 and 4, and fifth vector was the closing vector, which we don't know RA, so we were not knowing the size like this, but the size automatically came while closing the polygon. So once you know this length, you can equate this length with this equation, and then you can say that RA upon omega square equal to this much. Therefore, RA is equal to certain value which we have found out. So we found out finally RA and we found out RB. So both the required things are found out. Of course, we have to also find out, here it is not written, but you have to find out RA, theta A and theta B, which also we have found out. Where is theta A now? Theta A will be this angle. Theta B will be this angle. So all the required things are obtained. And once you do that, now we are going to show that as a vector. So this force you have to show, this force you are showing, that means the reaction A or the reaction B making angle theta B. This is reaction B. And then RA you have to show by such angle. So if I draw this angle something like this, this is theta A and this is RA, according to whatever direction has come in the polygon. So theta B like this, or rather RB like this and RA like this. So RB like this, RA like this, according to the angle that has come here, theta A and this theta B. So the reactions at the supports are this, by their magnitudes and by their angle and directions. So this way we have completed the work of finding out the reactions at the supports when the masses are not balanced. Remember, these reactions at the supports, I will again repeat, that was discussed at the start. These reactions at the supports are there because the masses are not balanced. If you balance the masses by adding some balanced masses here, like the earlier problem, then the system on its own will be balanced. In that case, there will not be reactions at the supports because of the masses. But then, because of the masses in the sense, because of the centrifugal forces on the masses. But since the whole system has got its own weight, that will be definitely exerted on the bearings, which is also there right now. So that reaction will be there, which we are not bothered much. We are right now not asked to find out the static reaction. The reactions